What is up, guys? Welcome back to Awesome Kids TV. Welcome back to another Buildcraft gameplay, and as you can probably tell by the title of this video, we are going to be building a unicorn castle. Yes, I am. Anyway, as I was saying, we are going to be building a unicorn castle. So, let us begin, shall we? Let's get started. We are going to use some hardened clay, quartz in different variants, of course, including the slabs. Can't forget those. So let me grab those real quick. There we go. Some oak wood fence. And actually, let's use some spruce for once. Yeah, let's use some spruce. Alright, let us begin. We are going to be starting by building the staircase portion of the palace itself, the unicorn palace. Yeah, it is a castle, so that is what we are building today. Here's the basic idea. The basic idea is that we are basing this castle or palace or whatever we're calling it off of a Pegasus castle that I saw on Google, right? I saw this on Google, right? So that is why we are building it. I didn't know whether to call it a palace or a castle, so I decided to call it a palace because it looks awesome. This staircase is looking pretty good. This whole entire staircase is looking pretty good. Okay, now we're almost done with the... We're almost done with the staircase portion of this entire build, so we are going to keep on building. We are almost done. There we go, we are done. Now we shall expand this massive structure, this staircase structure. There we go. That is making it look a lot more royal. That looks a lot more unicorn royalty-esque. There we go. I am so under the weather right now. I'm so sick. Alright, we got the staircase. Now we need to put on the stairs, so we're putting on the stairs right now. Once we put the stairs on, once we get the stairs put on, we are going to add on the different... We're going to add the different... we're gonna add on a different effect to make it look medieval or something like that. There you go. The top of the castle is done. We can now get this built. There we go. This is going to take too long because I am talking a lot less. Alright, we got the entrance part done. We can now get started by building the hallway of this place. We're going to start by building out like this. Let's see if I can do this in one breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, 31, 32, 33, 35. I messed up my counting. Gotta start all over again, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. There you go. 44 blocks back. Not bad. Trying to do all that in one breath. I tried that in more than one breath. Yes, I did. Anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, the Solitaire Castle is going to be based on a Pegasus Castle. The Solitaire Castle is based on a Pegasus castle that I saw online, and it will have like a giant barrage of trees, and it'll have like a garden with some trees in it, and it'll have like a royal entrance leading all the way into the castle and everything. And we will also have like a royal looking, I'm gonna say, entrance. Yeah, we're gonna have an entranceway that is going to be very royal looking. Alright, so we got the hallway done. Now we need to build the supports for the castle hallway itself. It's more like a bridge than a castle. Wait a minute, I'm calling it a palace, not a castle. Not a castle. Once we get this row of supports done and dusted, we are going to, of course, move on to the second thing of supports. This is taking too long. We're gonna tell you a little story. Here's a question of the day before the story. Have you guys ever wanted to be a actual unicorn? Well, that is what Eliza wanted. That British person from the United Kingdom has always wanted to be a actual real life alicorn, and she had been imprisoned in her accursed human form. And when I saw that video, I was reminded, after all those years, I've always wanted to be a unicorn as well, like a handsome rainbow unicorn that was so pretty. Everyone will want to be exactly like me or take pictures with me and put it in a Halloween fashion magazine, like a Halloween costume magazine or something. But anyway, that poor British gal just couldn't transform into a unicorn. She tried and tried, but no matter what she did, she couldn't transform into a unicorn. I keep getting unicorn and alicorn all mixed up because they are two different words. So that's why I sometimes I got my crew members' names mixed up as well. And yeah, when I was a lawyer, that whole entire story actually reminded me of when I was younger. When when I was growing up with my family, my sister and our mom, I have always wondered to myself, what is it like to be a unicorn? What is it like? Is it getting adored by thousands of fans who really want to worship you until you're dead? I have no idea. Is it really like that? Well, yeah, getting worshipped for Scotland's folklore is what that feels like. I mean, unicorns are popular in Scottish folklore. They're popular in Scotland, and of course, Izzy Moonbo from Alponian New Generation is based on unicorn. Izzy the unicorn, if you're watching this, I am shouting you out because I had never met a unicorn like you before. But now that I've met you, you and Sunny have inspired me to make all these models and all these Connects models and all these videos I watched over the years. So shoutouts to you, Izzy Moonbo. Anyway, as I was saying, if you thought wanting to be a unicorn forever was crazy enough as it was, then you guys aren't prepared for this next story. Backyard stories. Ah, yes, the backyard. A stable of suburban kids and a staple of suburban children of suburbia everywhere. A landmine of anthills and lost Hot Wheels. A peaceful refuge where the greatest childhood memories are made. Well, that was what it was like back in Rebecca Parham's day. Because when she and her sister Rachel Parham were a lot younger, she and Rebecca were playing with Jocko in their yard that one time when he needed to quote-unquote release the hounds. But instead of going into the house and using the bathroom toilet like a normal person to do his business, he popped a squad of business in the middle of their backyard and made fertilizer out of it, and then his freaking dog ate it. Yeah, that is animal cruelty right there, because that is disgusting. I would not allow a dog or a cat or any pet of any kind to eat human waste. I would not allow our species' waste to get eaten up by an animal of sorts. I would not allow that at all, man. I would not allow that at all. If that happened in front of us, I would be pretty disgusted. But anyway, speaking of that, another time, Rebecca Parham, Rachel Parham, and Jocko were playing baseball in their backyard when one of them threw the ball all the way over the fence and into the neighbor's yard. And of course, at the time, their neighbors weren't home and their backyard gate was locked. And so Jocko came up with a brilliant humdinger of an idea of climbing their giant 15-foot tall oak tree so that he can swing down so that he can swing on over on a branch, climb down to the neighbor, all the way over to the neighbor's tree, climb on down to the neighbor's yard and get the ball. So he decided to climb their giant oak tree, and Rebecca and Rachel just stood there patriotically going, "You're going to a fall. We're going to have to call it the fire department to get you down." But unfortunately, that only Strafe and Jocko's idea of climbing their ginormous oak tree to get the ball. So he climbed up all the way to the top of the tree and was literally 15 feet off the ground, and then grabbed a pencil-thin branch in his hands and actually tried to swing to the neighbor's tree like he was freaking Tarzan. And apparently Jocko had never seen a Wile E. Coyote cartoon before, because if he did, and if he had gone to the Butch Harmon school, if then the opposite happens, he would have known better, and he would have known that doing all that stupid stuff was a bad idea. And who says cartoons freaking rot your brain away? Well, guess what? The branch snapped, and he fell 15 feet off of the ground. And smashed and crashed right through the neighbor's freaking web bar, which our sources tell us, of course, is a bar whore countered with a sink for serving alcoholic drinks in a home environment. And Jocko not only destroyed that thing, no, he absolutely obliterated that thing. It was like a dinosaur had stepped on it, just went pfft. And Jocko was screaming so loud that his dad, meanwhile, was working on his garden beds, heard it, and kicked in the neighbor's gate to get all the way over to him. And he ended up having a broken arm, which Rebecca, Parham, and I are completely surprised to this day. That's all that happened. And from the damage she saw from the web bar, she was surprised that he wasn't dead. He should have had fractured ribs or brain damage or something. Yeah, he should have had fractured ribs or brain damage or something of some sort for the doctors to take a look at. He also had to pay the neighbor back for the web bar just to add insult to injury. And of course, there is that one time when Rebecca Parham and Rachel Parham were playing baseball with the neighborhood kids in their backyard. Big coincidence there. Rebecca Parham was batting and Rebecca Parham was pitching and Rachel Parham was batting. She tossed her the ball. Rachel hit it. It veered off into the rock and smashed and crashed right through their parents' bedroom window, and everyone in that backyard except Rachel for some reason hit the deck. And their parents came racing outside to see their daughter Rachel Parham standing there with bat in hand, absolutely flustered. She was very terrified about what their mom and dad were gonna do to her, which I honestly think is what I would describe as trying to get out of something you're about to do. Both of their parents were mad, but their mom told her to go and get her piggy bank because she was gonna pay for it. But their dad jumped in and said, "Hey, that's not fair. It was an accident. Every kid gets to break only one window with a baseball." Yeah, that was their father for you, and of course he had never ever forgotten what it was like to be a child, and so he wanted his kids to have the most fulfilling childhood, including all the classic mistakes like breaking a window with a baseball. Yeah, breaking things with a baseball ain't cool. Breaking things with a baseball or a rock ain't cool. It ain't cool to do that. It is very uncool and cruel to do that, so don't you dare do that in real life, like Rebecca Parham did. And of course, there was that one time when Rebecca Parham was about 9 years old and should have known better, where she would pass the time by taking an old fence post, laying it over the side of their raised garden beds, and just jumping on it, launching an array of different materials into the air. Rocks, grass, pebbles, sticks, anything. That was what Rebecca Parham did before they had the internet, kids. That was what she and her family and friends did before they had the internet, kids. That was before the internet came out. One day, Rebecca Parham wanted to launch a ball off of her makeshift catapult, but there was a problem. The ball would roll off automatically before she could launch it. Physics. Who freaking knew? Anyway, in order to complete her little experiment, she needed an assistant, so she called upon her little brother David. By shouting, of course, "Oh, David!" Her little brother David was about 3 at the time, and was very sensible to suggestions, which worked out perfectly for Rebecca Parham, not so perfectly for David Parham. She told him on the count of 3 that he was going to put the ball on the catapult so that she can quickly launch it. Simple enough as it is, wouldn't you say? But when Rebecca Parham counted to 3 to commence their little experiment, he did a little unforeseen. What is that little unforeseen thing he did, you may ask? Well, that little unforeseen thing is leaning down on the fence post to very carefully place the ball. And by the time Rebecca Parham looked over and saw her brother David Parham doing that, it was freaking too late, and her entire weight came down and the fence post smacked him right in the face. And naturally she was all like, "Well, I'm dead. I'm gonna save up for my Teddy Rex to bend." No, you're not getting rid of my games. They're still on there in my progress. Anyway, as I was saying, David's whole face swelled up, and there was a puncture wound that might have been an inch away from his eyeball. And he still has a scar there to this frickin' day. And his parent and Rebecca Parham got into a lot of trouble, and her parents yelled at her that she could have blinded him, even though it was a freaking accident and he wasn't supposed to put his face on the frickin' catapult. But Rebecca Parham felt real bad. So bad that she felt bad years later into adulthood when everyone else would bring up that story. But now she freaking animated it and showed it to 1,000,000 people. So it holds no more power on her no longer. animation, her antidepressant. So that is why, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children all over the world of all ages, you should never hurt your little brother physically, socially, or emotionally. Because you're gonna get a scarred little brother. So don't you dare do it. It ain't worth it. And if you guys really love my content and my friends and family's content, then you're definitely going to love all the future pieces of content that are gonna be coming out for everyone. Which is why I decided to finally release a series of Cathead characters, a Cathead adventure, showing off all of the original bosses from Cathead that were originally going to be in Cathead Adventures 1 to 5 and then reflourished, but were ultimately scrapped. Like that Diesel 10 looking guy, or that Shay class steam locomotive Zombotter, something like that. And I will be making these characters based on what you guys love or hate. Yes, I will. I will. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope you guys have all enjoyed our latest video. And if you did, please let us know down in the comments what future piece of content you want us to release in the far future and what kind of games you would like us to play in the future as well. Would you guys like us to play Star Lily, my magical unicorn? My Singing Monsters Playground? Oh, there's too much noise. Anyway, we gotta finish all this. This is going to look real awesome once you guys see this. There we go. Sorry, I'm being too quiet. I am just so focused. This should do it. Multilingual impressionist I am. Alright everyone, we're almost done with this entire build, so we are going to speed through it a little bit. We're just gonna build as fast as we can here so that the video doesn't bore you too badly, because we don't want that to happen. This unicorn castle is looking pretty good. Interruptions these days. Alright, we're gonna stop the building right here because this is taking way too long. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.